Recording. Here we go. Welcome to Arrogant Observer, a city struggling to balance small town values with being surrounded by large industrial giants right on the side of the beach. This is El Segundo, California. Watch out! I take the 10 to the 405 and I get off on the 90 and then I'm here. That's how I get here.
So I was trying to fly the drone and apparently can't fly in a no-fly zone. So here it is.
You are at Studio Antiques.
Yeah, we've been here for 30 years. Enjoyed every moment of it. Oh, honey! My beautiful wife, Sally East Martin, and I'm Laurence Montague Martin.
I had a corporate job in cable
That's
television.
the word. People say we're crazy. I'm a scientific engineer and designer, believe it or not. 20 years in aerospace.
And you're at...
Look, we do everything together. I think we eat, drink, and sleep together.
It's not always good, though, just as you would expect.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have your rough moments and stuff like that, aren't you? But we enjoy it, you know. There's all the old stuff of the world. My great grandfather up there.
My Virgin Mary collection. Here's a picture of my husband running. No, records. We're starting to do more in records.
Man, we've done a couple of reality shows, baggage battles on the Travel Channel, and praises for Storage Wars on A&E.
But we keep things like if we get a wardrobe, an armoire, and inside are, this happened before, ties and some other pieces.
What do you call a pirate's closet? An armoire.
I thought I knew that.
She's totally right. The continuum transfer.
I'm going to walk you through a tour of R6 Distillery and Three Chiefs Brewing, and also you've been in Smoky Hollow tasting the tap room. Technically our vodka is 20 times distilled because it's run through that once, out that again, plus 9 times distilled and pure, and 9 times distilled and pure. The hangovers you experience when you drink cheap alcohol are because they include these with this. So there's actually heads and tails in your product because they get more volume, makes more money, creates a shittier product. You're going to recognize this as fingernail polish remover because that's exactly what it is. This is the alcohol, this is everything and only what we use. What comes off the still last is the fatty acids that have higher boiling points, and we don't include that in our spiritizer. So after 9 months of looking for property throughout the entire Los Angeles and Long Beach areas, we found this place here in El Segundo, and we're lucky enough to get most of the criteria: loading doors, a roof that can accommodate a still barely, and being in an area where it was zoned for possibility of having a tap room. If the fun part didn't exist, I would have bashed my head into a wall a long time ago.
What's up?
What's up, fo? So I'm working on some Segundo stuff, and there's this rare butterfly that's kind of by LAX El Segundo, and like the only thing that I really want to do in this video is just acknowledge that that's a thing, you know? That's it. But I recorded a bunch of bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny to just have these blurry images and be like, yeah, look it, I did it! I don't know.
If you already like made love to some of the editor, you know, and then like you're having a baby with it already, I mean, I don't want you to like, put it up for adoption, you know?
It's the only one... This is the history of the city of El Segundo. So of course, we start with the Tongva people hanging on the beach in the summer and coming inland when it was colder. These people built canoes called tiat, which they used to trade with others along the coast or local islands. They did this for thousands of years. Take a moment to let that sink in. thousands. Then the Spanish came through, said stupid heathens, and taught them to start worshipping Christ and stop hunting and gathering shit. Very quickly, the number of Tongva people began to dwindle, and the Spanish could continue their work without worrying about saving Indios. At that time, Antonio Ignacio Avila owned the area called Rancho Sausal Redondo, which extended from Playa del Rey to Redondo Beach in the south. The US kicked out Mexico, and soon the land went to a Scottish baronet named Sir Robert Burnett. In 1910, 5 dudes from Standard Oil were looking to build another refinery to complement the one they had way up in Northern California in Richmond. They bought some land and began building the refinery, calling it El Segundo. Get it? Because it was the second. Money began rolling in, and El Segundo went from being a tent city to one that had houses, businesses, etc., etc., etc. Most employees worked 363 days a year, resting on the 4th of July and Christmas. God and country. Moving to somewhere around 1930, LA built a big old airport to the north, and then things really got cooking. Slowly but surely, El Segundo became home to a number of aviation companies. Then shit went to hell in Europe, and business was booming. The city became one of the major aircraft manufacturers in California. Once the Germans were put down, many of these businesses synergized into the aerospace, defense, military, industrial complex type megastructures you only see in Japanese sci-fi. Coming into the 21st century, El Segundo continues to be a small, welcoming community sheltered by large industrial behemoths.
It was pimp. I feel like a pimp right now, like one of those pimps.
Whoa, that is fucking pimp.
That's what I was afraid of.
Why didn't I think of that shit? We're screwed, okay?
So, what is your favorite sandwich?
Godfather.
How long have you guys been in business here?
22 years November.
Now, who came up with the different sandwiches? Your customer gives you feedback?
No, they create their own sandwiches. And if people like it, and we put it in his name. Like, add special. It's really good. Other than I hold it, and I kind of have so you can take a picture too.
Hector, you gotta get in there and see what's up.
All right. I'm in. They've got all this cool shit, but nobody's here.
Take a look around.
Did you know these guys made Frogger?
I didn't even know they were around back then.
Hold on, I found someone to talk to.
Remember when you had to fight Marilyn Manson in that first Metal Gear Solid?
Hey man, it's too quiet. Get out of there.
Okay, let me just ask him about the Konami code.
You remember when on the PlayStation?
Hector! Hector! Go buy me some 40s. Buy me some motherfucking 40s. Oh shit. Oh, some money. Money. And a Jimmy.
Okay, sí, guitarra.
En lo que cuando recién llegué aquí a California. Yo aprendí esto, yo soy de Mexicali, yo aprendí esto allá. Creo que todos tenemos el derecho a poder aprender y manejar cualquier tipo de alimento. Si te gusta, aprovéchalo. Este es Scottish Salmon. En calidad es lo mejor.
Scottish salmon.
En realidad, lo que más te tardas en enseñar siempre va a ser
Scottish salmon.
el aprender a manejar el cuchillo para hacer los cortes. Porque para sushi es un corte y para sashimi manejas otro estilo de corte. Esa es la diferencia. Una vez que tienes que tener unos cuchillos muy buenos. Para ellos el sabor está en el cuchillo. Como los chinos, para ellos su sabor está en el wok. Otros piensan que la tabla es la que les ayuda a dar sabor. Para el mexicano su sabor está en las especies.
¿Crees que alguien que no sepa quién le hizo sushi podrá notar la diferencia entre un hispano?
No la hay, no la hay. No hay una diferencia.
We're here at the Toyota Sports Center. It's 3 skating rinks that you can visit and watch your kid beat the shit out of another kid or whatever it is you want. You've got the bar in the back. You can have some drinks. You can enjoy yourself a little bit of alcohol. You've got about 15 feet height of difference, so it feels like you're at a sports show. It doesn't feel like you're a parent sort of watching things. Yeah, I almost tripped. That's right. That's why I'm not on skates. It'd be a skid of me with 3 teeth left. And what you see behind you is the 3rd skating rink. We've got a Zamboni on deck, ready to go, clearing out. That's the janitor for the LA Kings. He goes around and he makes sure that there's no trash on, there's no cans left over. He just sort of makes sure maintenance is on point.
My name's Hollie Crawford. I'm the manager of education at EsMOA, an art lab on Main Street in El Segundo. EsMOA was founded in 2013, and it was designed to be an arts laboratory and also an arts education center. Fun fact about artist copyright. It's always nice to ask an artist if you can film or photograph their work, especially when they're living. It's so easy just to email them. Not only is it respectful, but you're also being mindful of how that artwork is presented. And pay your artist if you're going to reproduce their work. Yeah. This artwork is called First American Girl. Naomi Caramero is a storyteller, a visual storyteller, and she was born in Inglewood, California, and grew up on the Chemehuevi Reservation. So I really love the blend of cultural pathways represented in a contemporary way. Some of these artworks, there's an underlying degree of humor, and anyone can relate to humor being a great survival superpower. Here we have two garments by artist Lia Marafragua. I really love this piece a lot. And then coming to the side is a garment that Lia made. Again, she was collecting